All right, we're back here on the bonus round from PAX in Seattle in the LTD Gallery with Peter, Greg, and Nathan. And now we are going to Twitter for some of your questions that you sent us on Twitter at GameTrailers and me at Jeff Keighley. All three of these guys are on Twitter as well, so make sure to follow them. First question goes to you, Peter. It says, Peter, you said you probably couldn't get away with Syndicate today, but if you could, would you have tried?
Well, this is the I did this keynote,
Yes.
and I said that as we did in Syndicate, you could and it seems ridiculous now, you could minigun babies and prams, which quite clearly isn't politically correct in today's world.
Yes.
I don't know if I'd want to minigun babies and prams. But back in those days, you could do anything in the games industry. I did draw the line at minigunning puppies. But,
That was
not allowed? Okay.
I still loved Syndicate as a game, and it was
Right.
that minigun sound effect still rings in my ears, or that maybe tinnitus. I don't know. It's one of those two things. Yeah.
All right, so you would get away with it. You try again today.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it would be, exactly. I'd say,
Would have been
it
Syndicate
be
Wars,
Syndicate
right?
now with puppies, and I'm not sure that strapline would work. But it was giving you the freedom to be kind of, violent if you wanted to be in this open city without judging you too much.
Right. And in this day and age with the fidelity and everything, you think that it wouldn't quite work.
It wouldn't. It would. We're so much more politically sensitive nowadays.
Right.
And
Hotline Miami wasn't that? So.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah.
All right, next one. This one's for you, Greg. Question from at Matt P. Douglas. Since you guys have been dragging your feet on that Kickstarter game, will backers see any added perks?
It's funny that people say that. I think that the interesting thing we've seen is, we had to announce the game before we'd even started pre-production or had an idea. So usually this process isn't happening until the game is playable or at alpha or you have something to show. So I think it just feels like it's been a long time. But by the time we ship it, it's not going to be any longer of a development time than any other games we're working on. It's just now we're talking about it as it's happening.
Yeah.
And I think that's been the cool part of the project. When I was young, I knew I liked games and I would have loved to make them, but I had no idea what that meant. So being able to kind of demystify that a bit and show people the process and let them see what it's like to go through, struggles and overcome them.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's been cool, and I feel like people who are watching the documentary are learning a lot about why it's been taking so long and what we've been doing, and I think they've seen that the game is growing and building and getting better and better, and it's going to come out and it's going to be awesome.
I don't know how long it's taken, but
let's see. It's been we launched a Kickstarter in March of 2012, so about a year and a half so far.
I mean that's just nothing.
Yeah, it'll be about 2 years when it's out. I mean, Psychonauts was 5 years, Brutal Legend was 5 years, so it's a lot shorter than that. Yeah.
But this is the problem we've got when you get, especially with something like Kickstarter, you get people really excited before you've really even started,
Yeah.
and then. It's like Christmas. You want Christmas to come. You don't want to, say it's 6 months away. So
Yeah, and people
it is a
haven't
problem.
seen that process a lot, so I don't think they understand what goes into it. So I guess they're learning.
Well, sometimes, even in the game industry, there are often times where games aren't even announced until they're, 6 months until release. So it's like it may have been delayed 3 or 4 times and things have switched, but you wouldn't even know it as the public because it's hidden from you.
I know completely.
And it's been tricky for us because we have, all of the information that we're giving is in this private backer form because it's kind of what they bought in for. So we're having to manage giving a ton of information and telling people everything that's happening with then also having this public
It's
story
reinterpreted.
So how many people do you have working on the community side? Sounds like an army of people.
We have me and a community manager, so there's 2 of us.
Just 2 of you.
Yeah.
So do you sleep?
Actually, I do sleep. I'm a good sleeper, but I don't know. I mean, I think that it's just a matter of breaking down barriers and making it really easy to communicate. So at that point, it's not a big deal to kind of jump on. We have the 2-player guys, which help a lot too. So they're putting our documentary together, and we're putting out episode every about month and a half or so. So I think that's kind of the strongest tool for Broken Age. But for other games, we're trying to just let the forums be more open and public, and you know, kind of encourage the studio to jump in there when they can, and just kind of do a little post here, throw up a piece of art, stuff like that. And yeah, I think that it's been a kind of new ground that we're figuring out how to manage, but it's exciting and fun, and you get to, you know, see what people are thinking right away, so it's exciting.
All right, guys, hold that thought. We're going to be right back here on the bonus round.